Good morning, everybody. Hello. Hey, got some energy. I love it. Welcome to everybody here. On behalf of the Department of Human-Centered Design and Engineering, thank you for joining us as we celebrate the class of 2026. My name is Julie Kientz, Professor and Chair of the Department of Human-Centered Design and Engineering, and it is my honor to share this moment with all of you, our graduates, families, friends, and supporters. Seated behind me are members of our faculty. They have guided, challenged, and supported our graduates throughout their journeys here, and they're just as proud as I am to celebrate your achievements today. In HCDE, we thrive at the intersection of research, education, and community, working together to advance equity, access, and opportunity. With these values in mind, I want to acknowledge that we educate future human-centered designers and researchers on this campus on the unceded lands of the Duwamish and the Coast Salish people who are still here today, honoring and preserving their ancestral heritage. Today's ceremony will last about 2 hours. After these opening remarks, we'll hear from our guest speaker, Ram Shankar Sivakumar, a leading AI security researcher at Microsoft. We'll then present a few special awards before recognizing our graduates individually, beginning with our bachelor students. Yeah. Followed by our masters. And finally, our PhDs. To the class of 2026, many of you are going out into the world where there's a lot of unknowns. And this isn't even the first time you've done this. A lot of you navigated COVID-based schooling at a formative age and had to learn a new way of learning amidst so much uncertainty. But you should feel confident that the skills you've learned and developed here at HCDE will serve you well, not only for navigating this uncertainty, but for the rest of your lives. A college degree teaches you not just content, but it teaches you how to learn and how to adapt. You will use that skill to keep learning, keep adapting, keep thriving, and no one can ever take that away from you. An HCDE degree teaches you to understand and embrace nuance and to empathize with people and their needs. It teaches you to understand and balance constraints. And it teaches you to move forward through design and iteration amidst uncertainty to help make progress towards the future that you want to see. In the shifting landscape, it's no longer knowing how to build that gets you noticed. It's knowing what to build. You all know how to envision the types of new technologies and services that should be out there in the world, and also what types of designs maybe shouldn't be. Now more than ever, you have a lot more power and influence than you may have imagined. Make sure you wield that power to bring about the future that you want to see. To our graduates, we are incredibly proud of you. Thank you for the energy and creativity that you have brought to this community. We're excited to see what you do next. And to the family members, friends, mentors, and supporters who are here in the audience today, thank you for the many ways you've encouraged and supported these graduates throughout their journey. Now it is my pleasure to introduce our guest graduation speaker, Ram Shankar Sivakumar. Come on up, Ram. I had the pleasure of having dinner with Ram last night, and I'm excited for his address. So, Ram works at the intersection of artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, and public policy. At Microsoft, he founded the AI Red Team, an interdisciplinary group focused on proactively identifying and defending against risks in AI systems. He is also an author of Not With a Bug, a widely recognized book on attacking and securing AI systems, and his work has helped shape conversations around AI safety, security, and policy across industry, academia, and government. In addition to his roles at the University of California, Berkeley, and Harvard University, he serves on the technical advisory board for the UW. Please join me in welcoming Ram Shankar Sivakumar.
Thank you, everybody. First off, let's give a big round of applause for our graduates again. They earned every moment of this time today. Congratulations, graduates. I'm immensely proud of you, your effort and your courage. Your effort and your courage, not just to start something new, but to actually see it through. Dear graduates, parents, faculty, and guests, thank you for this honor. Ever since I received this invitation, I was filled with fear. Petrified because what the hell am I going to tell this tenacious and brilliant group of graduates? But then I kind of realized that whatever I'm going to tell for the next 15 minutes is not going to matter. Because to give you some context, I graduated in 2012. I tried really hard to remember who my commencement speaker was. I failed. I texted my friend. She didn't have a clue either. So we had another friend. So all I'm going to say is it took 3 middle-aged millennials, thanks to Google Photos, to actually understand who our graduate speaker was. And it was none other than the Tony-nominated actor Patrick Wilson. As you can pretty much see, I am no Patrick Wilson. My acting career peaked in middle school. I'm telling you all of this because you need to take photos of me right now and also write my name down because I don't have a Wikipedia page. I do remember one thing about graduate speeches: no one ever wished it to be longer. So given the low bar for the next 15 minutes or so, I hope to give some perspectives. A few steps, 3 to be precise. 1 step for you to navigate our times, 1 step for you as you search for your job, and 1 step for when you land your job. My job is finding out how AI systems can fail in the world. So you're not going to hear AI is a solution to all our problems, pablum. When I was a graduate student in this field of finding failures, it was called adversarial machine learning. The field was comically small. So small, we had no dedicated conferences for this field. The running joke was that you can drown all of us working in this field, put us on a 14-foot catamaran, and should it sink, we will not even make page 6. Today, of course, our AI safety tent has grown, and my team is prime example of that. To start, we speak 17 different languages, from Farsi to French, Mongolian to Mandarin. We have PhDs and college dropouts. We have military veterans, the formerly incarcerated, and the formerly unhoused. Our experience is just as diverse as this field. And that includes folks from user study, software engineering, cybersecurity, and even bioweapons. And this growing tent of experts and voices is needed because AI, it seems, continues to defy every wind, outride every tempest, and invade every zone. This invasion, like all successful invasion, comes funded from a potent war chest. If you look at the private AI investment alone just last year, it reached $360 billion. To put that into context, we are now spending more per year on AI than today's dollar cost of the entire 13-year Apollo mission that put a man on the moon. So, how good is this return on investment? It really depends on whom you ask. Open Twitter and you will notice that some heralding an AI breakthrough in every breath. Open Blue Sky and you will hear this technology is nothing more than a finished fool, a stochastic parrot that just predicts the next word. For every notarized credential Cassandra heralding that AI will kill us all, there are respected researchers who retort that AI will bring us an age of abundance. AI is a veritable companion for one group, AI is a next addiction for the other. On the one hand, for some, AGI is just around the corner, and for others, AGI will never materialize. It is hard to not notice that our conversation on AI, like our politics, has gotten heated and polarized. Each group is employing a rhetoric too loud, a tone too uncharitable, and advancing actions that is increasingly too incredulous. And just instead of truth-seeking missions and nuance, we have tribes. The Capulets versus the Montagues, the Jets versus the Sharks, Gryffindor versus Slytherin, pick your metaphor. Members from one clan seem to unendingly chastise the other. You're either all in, or AGI pilled as they say, or you're all out. Deriding, disparaging any progress as overrated and overvalued. My advice to you is that during this chaos, continue doing what got you here. Channel your inner student. If you encounter an idea that stirs up strong feelings, pause. Ask yourself why. And before you tear it down, build it up. Reach out to the person in private and deploy the 3 most powerful words in the English language. I don't know. Don't be the pesky reviewer number 2 and be snarky and reject arguments wholesale. Now, I will tell you that I am not good at what I just told you. But I promise that the times that I have employed it, it has been a worthwhile pursuit. That is your first step. Step back from certainty. Step back from certainty that the die has been cast. Step back from certainty that there's going to be AI doom or AI boom. And step back from certainty and invite possibility. Now, talking of certainty, I know the pain you're all going through. It's easy to step back and be philosophical about the future of AI, but for many of you, stepping back isn't your primary concern. Paying rent is, finding a job is. I know many of you here are worried about finding a job. If you are a young graduate with a tech degree, you are now twice as likely to be unemployed as somebody with a liberal art or a communication major. I saw Winston in the crowd, and I can tell you unequivocally that this absolutely sucks. You were told and sold that a tech degree puts you on the ramp to a guaranteed job, and what you have ahead is a mountain of despair. My friend who was recently laid off from Amazon said applying for a job is like shouting into a void, the void where resumes go to die. Some are abandoning CS altogether. My colleague is now nudging his son to move away from engineering and to take up construction, trying to make the most out of the data center boom. As an immigrant, I also know that not having a job, frankly, F's up your visa. I see your lost happiness, but I can tell you it's not going to be lasting pain. And because I'm transparent, I do not think any amount of reframing the situation is wise. I do want to talk to two people in the audience, to your family and then to you. Dear parents, don't freak out if the job that you had in mind is not what your kids have. For context, I was born in Madras, India. If you imagine India to be like a slice of pizza, I'm from the tip of the pizza, to a squarely middle-class background. My mother dropped out of college, and my dad just learned about life reading about books that his friend recommended. My parents, sister, and I lived with our grandparents in their house, which we were reminded was their house. We had a used car, our family never went on vacations, and for a good part of my early childhood, my sister, my parents, and I slept in one single bedroom. My parents drilled into us that we need to study hard and work hard, and that's how wealth will follow. The why was sort of left implicit because education was the one thing that provides the escape velocity from the clutches of poverty. That was the deal. Study hard and work hard, and you will get a job. And despite no one in my family ever having been to the US, my dad is enormously enamored by this country because, as he says to this day, nothing like a US education. My parents' sacrifice are very much like what many parents and families have made in this room today. And my parents' message would sound familiar to other parents in this room today. Job security means 9 to 5, retirement at 65. It means a place that values tenure. It means a place that values experience. Dear parents, your kids are entering a world where all of these assumptions are being tested. So please be patient with them. And for graduates in the room, everything that you are seeing out in the world is new already for those who have a job. The whole coding agents, if I were to remind you, only picked up in December of last year. Everyone who has a job is still upskilling ourselves and trying to make sense of this chaos. If you choose to join the industry party, you are not late by any means. You are just on time. Next, dear graduates, please do not take your frustration out on the world, out on your family and friends. No one Googles me more than my mother. After my book on AI safety came out, Google's summary changed my title and its overview from researcher to author. My mom freaked out, thought I lost my job, and frantically called my friends to see if I will still be able to live in this country. To this day, whenever there's a layoff in any company in the US or India, my parents just call to check in and see if I'm affected. I'm 36, y'all, and my parents still worry about me. Just know that your parents' world and their assumptions of the world is changing just as yours. I know you are the affected one in this party. So this is what I have to tell you. This is your second step. Step out of center. When panic sets in, we all focus on us, the center. Step out of the center and you will see that the answer you seek is only a fragment of the larger truth. When panic sets in about job, about life, we tend to feel isolated and alone. Step out of the center and invite your loved ones into it. When panic sets in because of dread, we tend to solve it within our sphere of influence. Step out of the center and reach out for help. Now, I do pray that once you get your first job, here's my final perspective for you. Be kind. Be kind to your coworkers, be kind to your peers, your collaborators, your admin. Do not lose your humanity. There's a prevailing narrative that the way to get ahead in your career is to be ruthless, to be cutthroat and climb up through takedowns, through deceit, through duplicity, and through deception. In my experience, these people are playing a losing game. They make the same grave mistake that smart people make, that they are the only smart people in the room. But as they teach you in cybersecurity and forensics, every contact leaves a trace. So don't be Machiavellian. Instead, be Paddington. Yes, the marmot-loving, relentlessly polite, and kind Paddington Bear. Kindness can manifest in your own way. At work, you can bring baked goods, share your knowledge freely, make connections, get your team together for an unwinder. You'll be surprised how you will be the center for many of your employees. Be generous with your credit assignment, and more importantly, your time. I can tell you now that people will not remember you for how many PRs you merged. People will not remember you for the number of papers you wrote, and people will not remember you for the number of patents you filed. They will remember you for your generosity, kindness, and being there for them in small ways and in big ways. This is your third step. In a time when we are grappling with understanding how to replicate human intelligence, human conscience, human creativity, and wrestling even what even being a human means, now is a time for you to step into your humanity. No one in this room is more adept to do this than you. You are literally getting a degree with the word human in it. During your time at HCDE, you have pondered about lifting the human spirit, to see it soar, and to see it flourish through technology. I assure you that your quality to step into your humanity, your magnificent humanity, is your superpower. I want to conclude with this. In 2017, AlphaGo, the AI system from Google, beat the professional player Li Shidal in the board game Go. In what is now shorthand for AI creativity, AlphaGo's Move 37 was so original and so creative that it knocked Li Shidal out of the board game first, and then knocked him out of the entire profession of playing this game altogether. Here's also another true story. The nonprofit Seattle Go Community Center recently celebrated its 30th anniversary of teaching the board game Go to the entire Seattle community. From gatherings almost every day of the week, you can join them Mondays at Zoka Coffee Shop in Phinney Ridge, or hang out with them in the Phinney Community Center in the weekends. I recently spoke to the operations manager of the Go Center in preparation for this address. I asked her, hey, so why do people keep coming back if the AI has already solved this game? She, who herself was in the middle of the game, replied without missing a beat. Because we are people and we are not AI, and people want to actually connect with other people. We are people and we are not AI. We are people and we are not AI. Let's lean into that. This is my call to action as you step into the world. Step back from certainty, step out of center, and step into humanity. It starts with a step. Congratulations, class of 2026. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Ram. We really appreciate you taking the time to share your wisdom, perspective, and humor with our students and their families and friends. Next up, we would like to present the HCDE Mikey Award, which honors a leader in the field and dedicated friend of the department. Each year, the HCDE faculty nominate and select the recipient during spring quarter. The award is named after our department's co-founder, Myron L. White, affectionately known as Mikey. It's my honor to present the 2026 Mikey Award to Dr. Cecilia Aragon, Emerita Professor in HCDE. Dr. Aragon retired from HCDE earlier this year after 16 years of extraordinary contributions to our department, our students, and the broader field of human-centered data science, a field she helped create by showing that data science is not just about algorithms and computation, but about the people who collect, interpret, and act on data. One of the things I admire most about Cecilia is the way that she encouraged students to embrace complexity and recognize the most important challenges require both technical and human-centered approaches. Through her teaching and mentorship, she's inspired generations of HCD students to ask thoughtful questions about who is affected by technology and how it can be designed to better serve people. In her teaching, she has been passionate about teaching information visualization in an accessible and empowering way. Please join me in congratulating Cecilia Aragon for this well-deserved recognition and thanking her for the lasting impact she has had on HCDE. Cecilia, go ahead. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Wow, this is so awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Julie, and thank you to all the department. Thank you to all the amazing students in this department. So when I when I first was told that I was going to receive the Mikey Award, I really didn't believe it. I said, "What?" But I really love that this award carries Mikey's name because it's really a reminder that HCDE has always been built by the people who believed the human part of the work was the point. It's not a soft addition to the technical part, but it's central to it. And that conviction is why I came here and why I stayed for 16 years. And I have to say, I never stayed in any job that long. So let me tell you what UW looked like to me in 2010. All right, so I'd spent my career as a computer scientist and a data scientist. And I started out by thinking, oh, if it was, I was kind of a hardcore engineer. And I felt like I had to prove myself as a woman in a technical field. And so I was like, oh, if it was hard to write, it should be hard to use. And then, of course, I got my comeuppance when I built this product at NASA that I was so proud of because it was technically very efficient. And nobody wanted it. So after that, I learned. So, I may not be smart right at the beginning, but I am willing to work hard and learn. And so I realized after studying that the most difficult unsolved problems in data science were not technical, but they were human. But I could see that I really needed to have a home for this idea. And so when I went on the job market, really HCDE and the eScience Institute here were really the best places where the full scope of what I wanted to do was not just tolerated, but encouraged. So you all gave me room to pursue a research vision that didn't quite exist yet. And that was amazing. That was a tremendous gift. So founding the field of human-centered data science is really the accomplishment I'm most proud of, and it just wouldn't have happened anywhere else. So it wasn't one project. It wasn't a single thing. It was a long argument that was made with many others contributed, and many of us worked on this. And brilliant students, brilliant colleagues. Data analysis is never purely objective. Okay, the analyst is not an invisible, neutral processor of information, but a human being who brings assumptions, biases, and context to everything they touch. And that is actually a good thing. Bias is not necessarily a bad thing. This is part of what makes us human. It's something we need to acknowledge, that this context exists in everything we do. And instead of trying to deny it and say we're going to build something unbiased and, pure and unsullied by the human touch, we should, as Ram said, lean into our humanity and make it very clear that we are bringing that human vision into everything we do. So I want to thank all my colleagues, past and present. You challenged me and supported me and built a community where curiosity was contagious. And there were so many people who were willing to help me think through problems. So to the staff who kept this department running, who organized this amazing ceremony that I've come to every year I've been here, and I'm always so excited to come to graduation. And I hope to continue coming even after I'm retired, because it is so incredible to see all of you amazing graduates. So I always have asked my students to just ask this important question: who made this data? What is missing from it? Who will be affected by the decisions it drives? So I want to encourage all of you to carry that question with you, whatever you do. Visualization can make uncertainty look like certainty. Algorithms can make a guess look like a fact. We're seeing that a lot in AI now. It's confidently wrong so often. So the world is full of systems who've forgotten to ask who they're for. And you have been trained not to forget. So you are not just building systems, you're shaping how other human beings experience the world. That's a serious responsibility. And it's also a tremendous privilege. So here's one more thing that I really hope that you will take with you, because I wish someone had told me this sooner. You can do ambitious work and still have a full life outside of your job. Okay, I have had a career I love, but I've also raised two amazing children. I've been married to the same person for 42 years, and he still puts up with me. And I really do feel that I've been able to have it all, and you all can do it too. Don't feel you have to give up your hobbies, give up who you are, give up your whole self. You do not have to do that. Okay, bring your whole self to your work and don't leave the rest of your life at the door. So a former PhD student once sent me a postcard thanking me, and I still have it up on my bulletin board at home. They said, "Thank you for showing me that it is possible to have a full life outside of academia." And I keep it where I see it every day, because that's the kind of impact that I really hope that I had in this job. So congratulations, class of 2026. Thank you all for bringing your whole selves to this work, as I know my students have. I'll be watching what you do next, and I'm so proud of you now, and I know I'm going to be proud of you going forward. And so thank you, HCDE, for the 16 amazing years, extraordinary years, and for this honor that I will always treasure, and I will always be a friend to HCDE. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Cecilia. I definitely keep those words to heart as well, too. So congratulations again. Okay, before we recognize our student awards and graduates, we have something special to share. Members of our graduating class have created a short video to hopefully answer the question many of you here might have. What is HCDE? Please enjoy this video made by MS graduate Anita Wude Chenge, with support from HCDE's Student Association and the Graduate Student Association.
Takes to come alive. What is HCDE?
HCDE to me is about empathy, and I think specifically designing with and for people, especially groups that have been maybe traditionally overlooked.
HCDE is an opportunity to create technology that is more user-friendly and overall just better in the world and just making a good, strong impact.
HCDE is about being intentional in different ways. It's about putting in the care, putting in the thought for people you may never meet.
I feel like when I'm asked at a party or something, I'm like, man, I don't even know where to start. I don't think we do one thing, and I think that's really cool. We're super interdisciplinary. We can be described as generalists.
For me, human-centered design engineering is about bringing human perspective into everything we build and keeping users at the center of every decision we make.
CDE to me, as opposed to other design programs or tech programs, is about really honoring the human experiences. You're interacting with a lot of communities and really noticing what goes on in the world.
It's about putting people first and making sure that we give people dignity through our design work and making sure that everything that we create, we think about it critically, about how it impacts people, communities, the land, and everything else.
HCD is a way of thinking that broadened my work and helped me become more confident.
To be honest, I still don't know what HCD is. I think it's some mixture of tech, understanding people, and also giving back to the community.
HCDE to me is understanding our users, creating technologies and designs that are both helpful and impactful.
HCD to me is a department that thinks about people who use technology as real people, not just users with pain points and things to be optimized on.
I love this question, and to me, HCDE is all about community, bringing people together with diverse interests, but we all share a common passion for putting people at the center of everything we do.
I think HCD really is a blend of different fields, and it gives you a toolkit and a framework to take any idea and build it into an actual product.
HCDE is empathetic people creating solutions and experiences that connect us in a world where that is often rare.
I think HCD is a place where people from different backgrounds bring different expertise and come together and try to be creative and solve critical problems in this world.
I think human-centered design and engineering is about creating products and services from the perspective of how people are going to use them instead of them having to adapt to it. What do you think HCDE means?
That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night.
If it makes you feel any better, the HCDE faculty also often have these conversations in many meetings as well too. What is HCDE? All right, so next I am pleased to present our HCDE Student Awards of Excellence. Each year, the HCDE faculty nominate students whose contributions have stood out across our community. These awards recognize students who exemplify the values of HCDE and who have helped shape the department through their work, engagement, and support of others. To our award recipients, please stand when I call your name. All right, so first up, I will recognize the award for Academic Excellence. This award honors students who have distinguished themselves through exceptional achievement in their coursework and a deep commitment to learning throughout their time in HCDE. Many of the students receiving this award are among the top academic performers in their respective degree programs. All right, first up, the Undergraduate Award for Academic Excellence goes to Shushma Shankar. Excellent. The Master Student Award for Academic Excellence goes to Michelle Northfield. All right, next up. Next is the HCDE Award for Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. This award recognizes students who have demonstrated a meaningful commitment to building a more inclusive, equitable, and just communities through their research, coursework, outreach, leadership, and support of others. So the Undergraduate Award goes to Zahara Jamal Hassan. And we have two Master's Awards for DE&I, and these go to Resma Loganathan and Manaya Preston. All right, next up, we have the HCD Award for Excellence in Innovation. This award recognizes students who have demonstrated exceptional creativity and innovation through the design and development of systems, technologies, methods, or research approaches grounded in human-centered design principles. So the undergraduate award for this goes to Cody Trinkus. There's Cody. And the Master Student Award goes to Dina Shavla. Next up, we have the HCD Award for Leadership and Engagement. This award recognizes students who have made significant contributions to the HCD community through leadership and support of others. These students have helped strengthen the department by creating opportunities for connection to enrich the HCD experience for others. We have 2 undergraduate awards, and this goes to Rhiannon Hayes McQueen and Athena Ortega. The Master Student Award for Leadership and Engagement goes to Trusha Ramanan. And finally, the PhD Award for Leadership and Engagement goes to G. Ghosh. All right, finally, I will present the HCD Award for PhD Research. This award recognizes doctoral students whose research has made significant contributions to their fields through originality, intellectual rigor, and innovation in research methods. These students have advanced knowledge in ways that demonstrate the impact of human-centered research and scholarship, while also contributing to society through work that addresses important issues related to diversity, equity, inclusion, accessibility, and access. The award this year goes to 2 PhD students, Ayushi Dongle and Ridley Ledoux. You'll note that all of the award winners have these wonderful medals that they get to wear, so please congratulate them as well afterwards. All right, those students actually knew they were getting this award. The fun one is now we have capstone awards, which people don't yet know if they've won, so suspenses are here. So last week in this room, we had hundreds of people with posters all over the edges of this room filled with the final presentations for Capstone Showcase. Before the public event, student teams met with our guest judges coming from industry and alumni and friends of the department who all came and evaluated their work. So the judges selected different teams in the categories of creativity, engagement, and leadership. So students, when I announce your team's name, please stand for applause. So, all right, first off is the Creativity Award, recognizing projects that innovate creativity and take risks with design, research, ideation, prototyping, or otherwise. All right, the Undergraduate Creativity Capstone Award goes to Darby Moore, Sharish Dowd, Jordan Pazensky, and Rhiannon Hayes McQueen. They got this award for their project, the Sieg Make Lab, redesigning for community building and inclusive STEM education. So congratulations. You know, it's a good sign when the capstone teams are still sitting together even at graduation, so. Awesome. Okay, so the Masters Award for Capstone Creativity goes to Courtney Mills, Sahil Amusavi, Vin Trin, and Leah Chen for their project. Aww. They awarded us for their project, Sony Tailgate, Your Game Day Amplified. All right. Oh, okay. Now to the Engagement Award, which recognizes teams that go above and beyond with respect to one or more of the following: equity, justice, environment, or changing lives. The Undergraduate Capstone Award goes to Michelle Wynn, Wenyi Sai, Justin Pepin, and Angel Torres. This is for their project Covalence, pioneering outreach strategies for the Rainier Valley Food Bank. All right, for the master's team, this was actually a tie, so we have 2 awards to give. All right, so the first team for engagement is Catherine Hess, Jackie Grayson, Samantha Upalupati, and Julie Wong for their project. For their project, Brave Steps, Empowering Culturally Isolated Families to Self-Advocate in Pediatric Hospitals. The second Master's Engagement Award goes to Manaya Preston for her project, Miliki. All right, congratulations on the engagement winners. Next up is the Leadership Award, which recognizes groundbreaking and unique social or technical leadership. So the Undergraduate Leadership Capstone Award goes to Christine Cho, G.A. Choi, Catherine Kane, and Kara Wynn. Their project is titled From Interest to Impact, Improving Engagement for Acting Globally. Congratulations. And finally, the Master's Leadership Capstone Award goes to Inhak Choi, Ruth Shakshari, Jessie Yu, and Umbika Ramesh Menon. Their project is Designing for 2035 to 2040, Shaping Healthier Transportation Choices in Our Cities. All Capstone Award winners are going to be emailed later today with instructions on how to receive your awards. Let's give a big hand to all of our Capstone Award winners. I also have to say, this is off script a little bit, but I was so impressed with the showcase last week, you all. It was every year you keep getting so much better and better, and so many of your projects are going on and being implemented into the world, and this is an amazing thing. So proud of all of you for all the work that you did in Capstone this year. All right, now is the moment all of you parents have been waiting for. We are going to recognize all of the wonderful graduates of the class of 2026. Yeah! All right, we're first going to start with the bachelor students. So for that, I'm pleased to introduce Professor Brock Kraft, Director of HCDE's Bachelor's Program, who will present our undergraduate students.
Thank you, Julie. It is my honor to present the graduating class of 2026 for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Human-Centered Design and Engineering. Students have provided brief statements, which will be read by Professor Alan Marks. Well,
thank you, Brock. Glasses. Bear with me, sorry about that. Okay, Rhiannon Hayes McQueen. Rhiannon hopes everyone finds their Waffle Wednesday. Have a good summer. Jordan Pazensky. Jordan is so grateful for the support of their partner, friends, family, and everyone who believed in them. Emma Robbins. Emma is thankful for the support from family, friends, and professors over the past 4 years, and her next adventure is to be determined. Darby Moore. Darby is grateful for her family's support and excited to continue designing digital wildfire smoke tools with the U.S. Forest Service. Jessica Forcucci. Jessica loved her experience in HCDE and is grateful to her friends, family, and classmates. Meredith Winiarski. Meredith thanks her family and friends for all of their support. After graduation, she will continue her internship at Trimble. Jessica Chow. Jessica was grateful for an opportunity to be a part of HCDE. Thanks to her parents and sister, she was able to become who she is today. Samuel Chen. Sam would like to thank his family and friends for supporting him throughout his time at UW. Ty Atali. Ty is appreciative of the friends and memory he's made. To all the people he has shared a laugh with these 4 years, thank you. Joey Choi. Joey is grateful for the support of his family, friends, X2 community, and the grace of God. Christine Cho. Grateful for friends and family, Christine closes her HCDE chapter, excited to begin as a UX designer and developer at a nonprofit this summer. Kara Wynn. Kara is grateful for her family, friends, and mentors for their support. She's excited to continue her education in Boston. Miguel Rios. Miguel's success is a shared victory, a heartfelt thanks to his mom, Jossie, dad, Miguel, brother, Leo, and grandma, Lelis. Sorry if I got that wrong. It took a village. Gorkera. Newport would like to thank her friends and family for their support throughout college. Alicia Bose. Alicia is grateful for the support of her family, friends, mentors, and peers. She is headed to UC Berkeley this fall for her master's. Sarish Dowd. Sarish is grateful for her HCD friends and the larger HCD community for all their support over the past 2 years. Go Dogs! Sophie Messer. Sophie is heading to Imperial College London for a master's in design with behavioral science and grateful to all who supported her journey. Sia Mystery. She came inspired to design for real people and leaves knowledgeable to change the future. Thanks UW, staff, my friends and family, and amazing memories. Deveshi Modi. Deveshi thanks her family, friends, and professors for their support and guidance in shaping the designer she is today. Go Dogs! Athena Ortega. Athena thanks her family, mentors, friends, and communities across HCDE, engineering and design who inspired her growth over the last 4 years. Shashma Shulker. Shashma thanks her family, friends, and professors in the HCD and CSE departments, and the students she has taught and mentored as a CSE, TA, and EPE. Madison McLean. Madison thanks her family, the HCDE faculty, and her peers in the department for their ongoing support throughout these 4 years. Heidi Wong. Heidi is graduating with a concentration in data science and minors in mathematics and informatics. Onaya Chow. Onaya is the first to graduate with a bachelor's degree in her family. She's grateful to her family's support to further her education. Christy Kim. Christy's HCD journey was filled with late nights, endless coffees, design critiques, and moments that shaped who she is today. Varun Parhan. Varun is grateful for the support of his family, friends, and professors. Carson Nakagawa. Carson is grateful for the support of his family and friends. Emmy Nakata. Emmy is incredibly thankful for her experience as a Husky and the support she has received from her family and friends. Allison Dang. Allison is extremely grateful for all the support from her friends and family throughout her college journey. As always, go Dogs! Sophia Walton. Sophia is grateful for the lasting memories and friendships made at the UW and the unwavering love and support from her family along the way. Sahar Jamal Hassan. She thanks God, friends, and mentors. She dedicates this to the sacrifices of her family and all the students whose education was disrupted. Aisha Khan. Aisha gives all praise to God for bringing her this far and thanks her parents who believed in her when she couldn't. Tawai. Himdika thanks her family and friends for their love and support, and she is thankful for the friendships and memories she made in HCDE. Brianna Smith. Brianna thanks her family, her friends and family for their support. She couldn't have done it without her mom. And to her grandpa, she loves you more. Simone Chuda. Simone thanks her professors, friends, and family for their support throughout the years. She looks forward to the next chapter with you all. Himesh Matan. Himesh is grateful for the immeasurable support from his family as well as friends, without whom this would not have been possible. Annie Chang. 4 years, countless memories, and friendships to last a lifetime. Annie is grateful for every person who shaped her journey. Subin Jo. Subin is grateful to her family, friends, and faith for their unwavering support and is excited to continue her journey in user experience design. Samuel Lopez. Samuel will be leaving HCDE with deep gratitude for the program and the wonderful people he met these past 4 years. Thumbs up. Yuri Yang. Yuri is grateful for family and friends, chose HCDE to create meaningful change, where she spent her time researching, interning, and publishing. Jen. To her parents who made this possible, HCDE faculty who lit her way, Urgen's greatest thanks go to herself for believing and not quitting. Olivia is grateful for the incredible people she met in HCDE and for the support of her friends and family. Let's stay congratulations. Sophia Mai. Sophia is grateful for the support of her friends and family. Shout out to her capstone and HCDESA team members. Erica Nee. Erica is deeply grateful for her family, partner, and friends, and for Team 12 and the HCDE Student Association. Elle Yamamoto. Elle is incredibly thankful to her family and friends for their support and is excited to continue her career as a UX designer. Gwyneth Balite. Gwyneth thanks her family and friends for their unwavering support and wishes her classmates the best. Onward to the next adventure. Jade Tran. Jade is grateful to her family for supporting her time at UW. She would especially like to thank her sister, Jeannie, and her best friend, Leaf. Congratulations. May Sai. May would like to thank her family and friends for all the support they have given her over the past 4 years at the UW. Sunyeon No. Sunyeon thanks her family, friends, and her dog Chiro for all the great memories over the past 4 years in Seattle. Shaylin Lim. Shaylin is grateful for her family, friends, HCD, and her capstone team. She is headed to Columbia University for her master's. Rabbi Harris. She is thankful for the support of her friends and family. Christian Chung. Christian wants to shout out the Chung family, the Blue Ribbon Capstone team, his friends, and God. Christian Mingoy. Christian is grateful for the endless support and love of his family and friends. He couldn't have done it without them. You heard. Angel Torres Puga. Angel is thankful for his friend and family that supported him. I'm sorry, for all of his friend and family that supported him, being the first in his family to graduate college. Wenyi Sai. Wenyi will be pursuing UX design in Seattle and thanks her partner, friends, and family for helping her lead with care, perseverance, and courage.
Oh, thank you.
Michelle Wynn. Michelle is grateful to have made lifelong friends, get endless support from HCDE, and find herself in a career she's passionate in. Hey, congratulations. Yes. Justice Pepin. Justice is forever grateful for the support of his family and friends. Shout out to his mom for keeping him grounded during challenging times. Catherine Kane. Catherine is endlessly grateful for the love and support of her family and friends. To all of our graduates, so long and good night. Jichao Yang. Peter Yang thanks his family, friends, and professors and mentors for their support. He is excited for what comes next. Jihang Li. Jihang thanks his family, friends, and mentors for supporting him throughout his HCDE journey. Congratulations. Oliver Chen. Oliver thanks all the professors who have been incredibly helpful along the way, as well as his family and friends for their support. Devin Castillo. Devin is grateful for her family's consistent love, support, and guidance. She is headed back to UW for a Master's of Applied Bioengineering. Madeline Clinton. Madeline is so grateful for the support of her family, Gabe, and Mama. She will be interning with the Seattle Seahawks this summer. Seahawks. Congratulations. Stephen Lyons. Stephen is grateful to HCDE for exposing him to the world of product design. He is excited to start work full-time at eBay in Bellevue. Mary Olivia Cowan. Thanks to her family, Tanvi, Jane Peach, London Supercell, and the 350 Committee, Olivia is sure she's exactly where she's meant to be. Jane Peach. Jane wants to say thank you to her grandparents and parents, Alex and Julie, for putting her through college and always believing in her. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Olivia Stovall. Thank you to my friends and family. I have loved my HCDE experience. Irene Wong. Grateful for her family, friends, and professors, Irene is excited to feast on strawberry shortcake to celebrate continuing her studies at USC. Yu Wu. Yu is grateful for her mentors, friends, and family. She will continue to design with creativity and curiosity. Sophia Tong. Sophia is grateful for the support of her friends and family. Shout out to her capstone team, Team 6%. Spriya Sani. She is so grateful for the last 4 years, especially her family who flew across the ocean to see her walk. Thank you, Mama and Papa. Zoe Martin. Zoe is grateful for the support of her friends and family and would like to give a special shout out to her capstone team, Team 6%. Anushka Sharma. Anushka is grateful for the support of her family and friends. She thanks her HCD professors and mentors within the College of Engineering. Congratulations. Anita Daniel. Anita is grateful for her parents, brother, and grandparents, as well as loved ones traveling all the way from India and Kent to celebrate.
Okay.
Jordan Vo. Jordan thanks her family and friends for always showing up, cheering her on, and making her last 4 years at UW unforgettable. Valentina Filizoa. Valentina is grateful for the support of her family and friends. Gillespie. Maya thanks her family and friends for their support. She'll be interning at Keene, then traveling for 8 months as a Bonderman Fellow. Natalie Enman. Natalie is grateful for her London study abroad, an amazing capstone team, and the endless support of her professors, family, and friends. Cody Trinkus. Thanks to my parents, friends, Tyler, Brock, Julie, Sucheta, Adrian, Renee, Michelle, and my lovely cohort. Your support brings me endless joy. Tucker Swans. Tucker is grateful for the support of his friends and family. Theo Sonkov. Theo is grateful for the support of his friends, family, and wonderful capstone group. Jack Strickland. Jack wouldn't be here without his mom, dad, and each of his brothers. Tegan Holt. Tegan would like to thank his family and friends and is excited for the journey ahead. Thank you to HCDE for a great 4 years. Ruby Steiner. It's been a ride on to New York City, NYC, sorry. Ruby thanks her family, friends, and everyone along the way for their love and support. Stay Liddy 350. Love ya. Kiefer Law. Kiefer will be staying in Seattle to pursue a career in product design. He thanks his family for all their support the past 4 years.
Congratulations to the 2026 Bachelor's Class of 2026. Woo! I love the energy. Let's keep this going. All right. Next up, we have Professor Mark Zachary, Director of the HCD Master's Program, who will present the master's students.
Thank you, Julie. It is my honor to present the graduating class of 2026 for the degree of Masters of Science in Human-Centered Design and Engineering. Students have provided brief statements which Professor Katja Cherkamuli will read, and Professor Daniela Rosner will assist with the hooding. Students, as you line up, please have your hood draped over your left arm, and we will hood you on stage.
Ria designs equitable experiences through empathy, discipline of a student athlete. She is grateful for her friends and family. Apurva Headley, professional rabbit hole designer. Apurva thanks her family here today for supporting every curiosity-fueled detour. Grateful for the support of friends and family throughout the program and cherishes each and every memory in Seattle. Leah Chen, Leah is grateful for the support and help from her family, friends, peers, many of whom have been participants in her research projects. Vin Trin. Vin is grateful for the support of his family, friends, and coworkers. Shout out to the best capstone team ever, SCVL. Courtney Mills. Courtney is grateful to her parents, Dave and Rhonda, and to Daniel, friends, faculty, and an all-star capstone team for carrying her through. Sohail Sabi. Sohail is grateful for the opportunity to grow and learn from great people of HCDE. Renee Capella. Renee feels honored to graduate with the support of their family and the company of so many great researchers, designers, and engineers. Lucy Jung. Lucy is excited to receive her master's and continue as a PhD student. She thanks her friends, family, and professors for their support. Sonali Abhinay. Sonali thanks her parents visiting from India, her husband, also HCD alum, her sister, brother-in-law, niece, and in-laws for their support. Brendan Sally. Brendan is grateful for the support of his girlfriend, friends, and family. Shout out to his awesome capstone project team. Connor Miles. Connor thanks his family, friends, mentors, and classmates for being endlessly inspiring and supportive. George Zane. George is so grateful to his friends and family for their love and support. He would like to especially shout out his uncle and nephew. Yi-Chan Choi. Yi-Chan is grateful for the support of his friends, family, and colleagues, and his co for their support and mentorship. Kim is grateful for the unwavering support of his wife, his two daughters, E-Ray and Bio, and for God's guidance throughout this journey. Jesus loves you. Viridiana de la Viri is shaping AI's future through ethical human-centered design. She is deeply grateful for her husband and children's unwavering support. Is first-generation woman to graduate abroad, dedicates this to her husband and late mother. I made it, Mama. Hope you're proud. Shreya Saxena thanks her family for encouraging her creativity before it had a name. Once a girl who loved drawing and believed it could mean something big. Soyun Moon. Soyun thanks her friends and family for their endless support. A huge thank you to her capstone team. Kahi Yoon. Kahi thanks her friends and professors for broadening her world. She is grateful to her parents, Suk and Chi, for their support. Inha Choi. Hobb is thankful for his friends and family. He especially admires his mom for lending him her courage and trust. Alex Yea Chung. When life called for a twist, Alex answered with a master's in HCDE. Now she's excited to design the designer's life ahead. Maza Hilu. Maza is grateful for the support from her loved ones throughout her graduate school journey. Post-grad, she will be a UX fellow. Sarika Oberoi. Sarika wants to thank her family, friends, and HCD faculty for the guidance and support, and her dog for keeping her emotions in check. Manya Singh. Manya is grateful to her family, friends, and professors for their support, and most importantly, the dogs who made the journey brighter. Reshma Lokanathan. Reshma is grateful for the love and support of her family and friends from across the world. She is excited for what's next. Samantha Vost. Her time at UW built Sam's confidence and meaningfully changed her career trajectory. She is forever grateful to the community here. Jen Chen Zhang. Jen's grateful for the support from her family and friends, especially her mom, who's here today, and her dad, who's halfway across the world. Lingjin Zhang. Lingjin is grateful for her mama, friends, mentors, professors, their support, and she's joining Figma as a researcher in San Francisco. Chang Zhen. Chang is deeply grateful to his parents, Monica, friends, and everyone who guided and supported him in the HCDE program. Eureka. For their family and friends who have supported her throughout this journey. Gilly Yu. Gilly is excited to continue her journey at Figma, carefully honing her craft to become the designer she admires. She is immensely grateful for the support from friends and family. Jessica Shi. Jessica is grateful for the love and support of her friends and family who made her growth throughout this journey possible. Lin Shu Huang. Lin is a designer who solves big and small problems with empathy, fueled by 3 years of support from family, friends, mentors, and coffee. Kaylee Munsell. Kaylee thanks her fiance for the move back to Seattle, his support, and for never pointing out she'd already been doing this for years. Alice Lee. Alice was the biggest cheerleader of her dad to pursue her master's and her dreams. Michelle Northfield. Michelle would like to thank her family for their unwavering support and Professor Danielle Kim for her consistent encouragement. Anita Ube Changale. Anita is grateful for the support of her family that flew from Nigeria and friends. First, she will be working as a product manager. Lesta Reed. Lesta is grateful for all the love and support from her family and friends, for she will not be here without them. Kada Norman. Kada is thankful for the support of her family, friends, professors, and fellow students during these past few years. Pooja Narayan. Pooja thanks her family, friends, and professors for their support. Celia Chow. Celia leaves HCDE sharper, braver, and more of herself than ever. To her family, friends, and cohort, thank you for being part of the story. And she also wants to thank herself for making it this far. Tang Yin. Tang Yin is the first in her family to attend grad school. She is deeply grateful for all the support of her family and friends. She says, "Grandma, I hope you're proud of me." Kinjal Vora. Kinjal is grateful to her family and friends for their support, to the HCD community for inspiring and challenging her every step of the way. Satvik Agarwal. Satvik took a leap of faith that became the journey of a lifetime. He thanks everyone who made it possible and stood by him along the way. Savannah Buchanan. Savannah couldn't have done this without the support of her friends, family, classmates, faculty, and especially her partner, Kiara. Yasmin Salih. Yasmin dedicates her work to those who helped her along the way. She thanks her family, friends, and mentors for believing in her. Siddharth Herdikar. Grateful for the support of his parents, mentors, friends, and for almost always finding the best people to work with. Happy G, everyone. No, Shetty, I don't think that's it. Sanchita Shetty. Sanchita is grateful to her parents for their support, her grandmother, her friends, both old and new, and I guess even her brother. Ashika Ashok. Ashika is grateful to her parents. This degree is for them. Shout out to Ashok and Archana. Ambika Ramesh Menon. Ambika thanks her parents, sister, uncle, and grandparents for being her constant support and celebrates the lifelong friendships and memories this journey has given her. Amita Gupta. Amita is grateful for the unconditional support of her friends and family. Shout out to her grandfather who is here today from India. Jane Grill. Jane is a UX designer who makes the hard parts feel easy. Grateful for the support from family, friends, and every critique along the way. Shay Duan. Shay thanks her friends and family for their endless support and Seattle's rare sunshine for keeping her safe. Yuan Fang. Fueled by curiosity, late nights, and just a little chaos, Yuan made it here, with thanks to her family, friends, partner, and bubble tea. Jaechong Bing. Jaechong took a leap of faith into human-centered perspectives, and she's finally here. She thanks her family and friends for their support. Sarah Alvarado. Sarah is grateful for her family, friends, and cat for their help and companionship, and for her hardworking and supportive capstone team. Samantha Samantha is forever grateful for the experience in the HCD program and thanks her family for their encouragement throughout the past 3 years. Jackie Wilson. Jackie celebrates full life, born at UW and now graduating from UW with the first MS in her family. She thanks her mom, dad, Jake, and Team Coda. Julie Wong. Julie is grateful to mom and dad for supporting education and thanks her loved ones in Seattle who have cheered her on the past 2 years. Tobias Brown. Tobias is thankful for his friends and family for their support throughout this journey. He has had many experiences over the past few years and looks forward to creating even more in the future. Sydney Slater. Sydney is a graduate and mom. It gives her immense joy and pride to have her 9-month baby Skylar watch her graduate today. Shane. It's a family, friends, and awesome teammates who made this journey possible. Thank you all. Sahini Komandala. Sahini is grateful for the support of her friends, family, and the endless matcha lattes that have carried her through the Seattle gloom. Ritvik Panchakshari. Ritvik is grateful for his parents' support, his sister's belief in him, his aunt's food and love, and friends and cousins he could count on. Damini Shape. Damini is grateful for her parents, friends back home, and UW late night crew. From Mumbai to Seattle, she's just getting started. Dina Chagla. Shaping the future of mental health in aviation, Dina is mixed methods researcher published at CHI 2026. Grateful to mentors and family. Shinyu Guo. Shinyu Guo thanks HCD for the research and engineering opportunities that transformed her into a full-stack user experience designer. Sai Ping. Sai Ping is grateful for her family, friends, and HCD professors and gives a big shout out to her amazing capstone team. Hun. Thank you, HCDE, for the degree and so many 4 classes. They really build character. Shunnika Kannaponchai. Mai has had a wonderful learning journey throughout 2 years in the HCD program and is grateful for the support of her friends and family. Minji Han. Minji is grateful, deeply grateful to her family, friends, and mentors for their support. She is especially thankful to her mom who flew from Korea to celebrate this milestone. Avleen Kaur. For her family, friends, and fur babies for their love and support throughout this journey. Sweta Bhupatiraju. Sweta is grateful for her family and friends and especially glad her little nephew is here, making this moment extra special. Jai Jong. Zoe is grateful for her family's unwavering support and the strength she found while abroad. May April always remain with her. Yuchun Yao. Yuchun wants to thank his family, his girlfriend Trai, and every wonderful friend he has met throughout these 2 years. Jessica Weiser. Jessica is grateful to HCDE for helping her grow as a UX designer at UL and thanks her family, friends, and boyfriend for their love and support. Shiori Patak. Shiori would like to thank her mom, dad, and boyfriend for their love and support, and she's excited for the Seattle summer. Rachel Griffin. Rachel is grateful for her family, friends, and caffeine for helping her cross the finish line. She plans to celebrate with a heartfelt nap. Jessica Applegate. Honoring her brother Austin, Jessica carries his love forward. She's here thanks to her husband Josiah, parents Steve and Suzanne, and their cats. Manaya Preston. Manaya is proud to celebrate this milestone and thanks her family, friends, and mentors for supporting her through every chapter. Xiaokun Lu. Xiaokun is grateful for the mentors, teammates, family, and friends who made this journey meaningful and memorable. Lori Shai. HCDE gives me one question. How might we care deeply enough? Cool. Shauna King. Shauna is thankful for the love and support of her wonderful family, and she looks forward to making meaningful contributions to HCI. Ben Jen. Ben is family, friends, and HCDE peers and professors who supported, mentored, and made his journey possible. Eating Jun.
So exciting. Congratulations.
Eating thanks his family and brothers for their endless support. He loves human-centered design and his home, Taiwan. Ko Matanaga. Ko thanks his family, friends, and faculty for their support during his time in the HCDE program. Alice Pan. Alice thanks her mom, dad, brother, especially her mom, for always pushing her to keep learning. Thanks, Rich, for always sharing the laptop. Veronica Manovan. Veronica graduates with high honors, balancing full-time work at Microsoft and raising 3 kids with gratitude to her husband, Mike, and mother, Maya. Ishita Kirby. Ishita is grateful for the love and support of her friends and family, those here and those who couldn't be, for all the years of encouragement. Sharayu Kote. Sharayu is grateful to be surrounded by a community which pushed her to think above and beyond. Rupal Patel. Rooted in HCI and UX, Rupal marks this milestone, grateful to HCD faculty, friends, dad, Dave, mom, Shakun, brother, Kshitij, and partner, Bharat. Samantha Shao. Sam did it. 4 years of working full-time and part-time school as a new mom was tough. Full for her husband Brian's support and son Winston. Jeffrey Hendrickson. Jeff is grateful to his wife Christina and daughter Freya for their love and support. Thanks to HCD peers, mentors, and new colleagues. William King. Wow, King, a master's degree. It's a thing this world has to offer. Thanks to the support of his wife, friends, and family. Christine Kenshaw. Christine is grateful for her family and all the friends she made in HCDE. She's ready to dream up, cook up, and figure out the rest later. Congratulations. Dae-Yi Jung. This was written by her husband. 6 years, 4 career changes, and 2 babies later. Dae-Yi ate and left no crumbs. Now she's ready for a vacation. Itzal Medina Alonso. Itzal is grateful for her supportive boyfriend, besties, sisters, and parents who left Mexico, giving her the opportunity to dream. Jen Ko. HCDE was a turning point for Jen. She leaves with new skills and friends she hopes to keep for life. Nayang Lee. Nayang is ready to shine as product designer. Huge thanks to their family, friends, and the HCD faculty. Amy Lee. Amy is excited to pursue her career in UX research and design. She wants to thank her family and friends for supporting her in HCDE. Amy Chang. Thanks family and friend support. Nervous about how he will navigate the dark vortex called the job market, but excited to see what oasis he will find. Shivangi Deepika Narayan. To my friends, family who showed up like family, to my family, friends who showed up like family, and advisors, thank you for going so far beyond what I could have ever asked. This is yours. Jia Choi. Parkway DM. Jia is grateful to have cherished every special moment at CDE and at the UW. She sends her love to family and friends. Asim Syed. Asim is grateful to God for his parents, sister, and everything that enabled him to fulfill his dream of getting a master's in the United States. Christy Lee. Christy would like to thank her dad, friends, and boyfriend for their unwavering support and love throughout her career journey. Amanda Ong. Amanda is so excited for the next chapter of life and thanks her dogs, husband, friends, and family for being there through all of it. Luciana Chung. Luciana is grateful for the support she received at HCDE and will deeply miss the people and memories she made here. Maggie Liu. Maggie is grateful for the love and support of her husband, family, friends, and her dog Monday throughout this journey. Ray thanks her husband, family, and friends for their love, and her cats Tom and Jerry for never judging her late night deadlines. Shaumik Shashwat. Samik thanks his curious collaborators, fabulous family, and transformative researchers for being and nurturers in his journey so far. Shui Xiao Yi. Art happens not in isolation, but in community. Amy Long. Amy thanks her family and friends for supporting her through grad school. Trisha Ramanan. Trisha thanks her family, friends, grandparents, and the community for their support. She is excited to start her career as a product designer. Seamus McPee. Seamus is thankful for the support from his family, friends, and weekly JJK during his time in the program. Bree Tran. Bree couldn't have done it without everyone she met through HCDE, as well as her family, friends, and instructors for all their support.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Zainab Tanvir. Zainab is deeply grateful for the incredible support of her husbands, parents, and friends. She could not have done it without them. Haneen El-Haj. Haneen is grateful for the sacrifices her parents made, especially to her mother for giving her the opportunity she never had. Janet Chen. Janet would like to thank her parents, sister Zoe, boyfriend John, and the best dog in the world, Lulu, for always supporting her and making this possible. And thanks to all the amazing friends who made this journey unforgettable. Bunsan is grateful for the support of her family and friends and for the HCD and Dub community at UW. She looks forward to her PhD journey at UCLA. Ariel Yu. Ariel is grateful for friends and family. After years of iteration, she's ready to launch. Jimin Kim. Jimin is grateful for the support and love of her parents, Xiaojin and Zhang Liu, and she is excited to continue her career as a UX engineer in Bellevue. Jesse Yu. Jesse thanks his family back home for their love across the miles and his chosen family in Seattle for making this city feel like home. Sarah Moon. Sarah thanks Professors Elin Bjorn and Alexis Ho for helping to end the program on an inspiring and community-based note. Haru Wang. Haru is grateful to her family, friends, classmates, and professors who supported her through work, school, and motherhood. Congratulations to all of our master's class of 2026. And next, welcome Professor Kate Starberg, Director of the HCDE PhD program, who will present the candidates for the Doctor of Philosophy and Human-Centered Design and Engineering.
Right. High up here. All right. Thank you, Julie. It's my honor to present our PhD graduates for Human-Centered Design and Engineering. Over the many years they spend with HCDE, doctoral students contribute to the department through original research, teaching, mentorship, and leadership across our community. They help shape the intellectual life of HCDE, advancing new knowledge, supporting undergraduate and master's students, and building research collaborations that extend well beyond UW. Today, we celebrate the dedication, curiosity, and impact of our graduating PhD students. Students have provided brief statements, which will be read by Professor Jennifer Turns, and they will be joined by each student's advisor to hood our graduates.
Little difference here. Am I on the right page? Thank you. Dr. G. Ghosh. G is grateful to his wife, mentors, friends, and colleagues in HCDE and excited to stay connected in years to come. Dr. Andrea Figueroa. Andrea thanks the women who came before her, the ones who made her place here possible. This moment is theirs as much as hers. Dr. Brett Poprin. Brett's dissertation investigates how AI is reshaping cinema. He is grateful for his advisors for always supporting his creative autonomy. Dr. Julie Vera could not be here today. Julie's dissertation title is Weatherfluencers, Trust and Collective Sense-Making in Severe Weather Live Streams, and is ironically not here due to the weather. Her flight out of New York was canceled. Julie spent years studying whether or not you should trust a guy on YouTube to explain the tornado in your backyard. Her answer is maybe. Dr. Kevin Fang. Kevin is very grateful for his PhD advisors, friends, and family for supporting his growth as a researcher and person over the past 5 years. Dr. Ridley Ledoux. Ridley thanks her advisor, committee, and research participants for the honor of learning with them, and family and friends for their loving support. Dr. Leslie Coey. Leslie is deeply grateful to God and the loved ones who have held her close over the last 5 years. This degree is for y'all. Dr. Ayushi Dongle. Ayushi is grateful for the support of her advisor, Julie Keynes, and her husband, Robert, and her family, friends, and mentors. Dr. Lotus Zhang. Looking back with deep gratitude, Lotus thanks her advisor, friends, family, and partner for being the foundation of her doctoral journey. And one more, Dr. Michael Beach.
Michael is a postdoctoral researcher at Bucknell University, exploring AI-supported reflection and student agency in engineering education.
Congratulations to our PhD candidates. And congratulations again to the entire class of 2026. I promised you 2 hours, we are right there. So we spent this morning celebrating your accomplishments. Seeing all of you cross the stage is a reminder of just how much talent, creativity, and energy we have within this community. We're so incredibly proud of what you have achieved and excited to see where you go next. I also know that graduation can feel a little bittersweet. There's excitement about what's ahead, but the realization that a chapter of your life is ending. While your time as students may be coming to a close today, your connection to HCDE does not end. You will always be a part of the HCDE community. One of my favorite parts of this job is to see our alumni go on and do incredible things and then stay connected. Whether mentoring students, collaborating on projects, returning to speak at events, or just staying in touch. We hope to see many of you back here in the years ahead. Finally, thank you to everyone who here today helped our graduates reach this moment. Behind every student who crossed the stage is a huge community of people, as we can see from standing room only, that graduates have had behind them. They've encouraged them, believed in them, and supported them along the way. I want to give a special thank you out to our staff who have worked tirelessly behind the scenes to make sure that this day has gone on smoothly and on time and everything. And a special thanks to Stacia Green, who just made me laugh when she's retiring at the end of this year. So thank you, Stacia. Thank you also to the friends, family, chosen family, support, peers, faculty, and staff who have all been part of this community. It's a really special day, and I'm glad to be able to celebrate with you. Now, I want all you family members to get your cameras ready because we're going to do the ceremony tossing of the caps. So feel free to stand up, get ready, get your cameras going. If you want to toss it just a little bit so you find your hat, that's okay too. But all right, we're gonna count of 3 and then we're gonna do it. So is everybody ready? Yeah? All right. Okay, everybody, got your camera. I see lots of cameras. This is good. All right, on the count of 3, ready? 1, 2, 3. Congrats!